So I went out on a kind of friend date tonight with my homeboy's wife. She's real cool. I recently learned that they were in the lifestyle. And with that, I mean, like, in all honesty, like, when we first met and everything, I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel like a level of attraction or anything like that. It was just like, all right, cool. I was like, oh, she's cute. I was like, she has beautiful eyes, like, you know? Now, I wasn't, like, looking at her in any type of way that had me, like, I wonder if I can see myself with her in the future, you know? Every time we, like, hung out and everything, like, I've always hung out with her and her husband. Every time we hung out, it was just chill vibes. We were always just vibing, you know? We're just having a good time, enjoying one another's company. It was never anything with any intentions or anything along those lines. It was just like, we all good and cool. And then one day, like, I had got this vibe from them for a while, like almost since like the first time I met them. I was like, yo, they real friendly. Something about them, they real friendly. I was like, And when I said they real friendly, like, I told my girlfriend, I was like, yo, they seem real friendly. And she was like, friendly like what? I was like, I was like, I think they in the lifestyle. And she was like, I think so too. So then we were like over here, like one day we were in the bed doing our own little pillow talk. Not part of the podcast, obviously. This is before the podcast, this podcast at least. And we were just talking, and we like coming with what the ideas of what it possibly could be, what lifestyle they were in and everything. Just coming up with ideas, you know. And come to find out later down the road, taking you to the present now, we were accurate. So I'm not going to put their business out there or anything like that, because maybe they'll join me one day on the podcast. I don't know. But it was interesting. And then anyway, going back to my little polytale for today, I went and took her to a crystal store because we both are very interested in crystals. She's very knowledgeable on it, and I wanted someone who knew what the fuck they were doing, what to look for, what they were talking about, and also to better educate myself. And I was like, you know, we both like this, so I was like, well, how would you feel about coming with me to one? She was like, oh yeah, I bet I down, let's go. I was like, cool. So, boom, set up a time for us to meet up, which it didn't work out on that time, but remember, everything happens for a reason. So with that, the time we were supposed to meet up was like 3 o'clock, like 3:30 in the afternoon. I was gonna go pick her up from her house. And it didn't work out like that because I was supposed to go try and get a COVID test and shit, and come to find out nobody has any COVID tests. I was trying to go get some Dragon's crawfish today. That didn't work out because I was trying to run around trying to find a fucking COVID test. And it was just ridiculous. What's up, Dr. Strange, aka Chad? So with that, I was just really conflicted, and I felt bad because I'm not the type of person to like go back on my word. If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. And I just felt real weird at the fact that I wasn't on time. Granted, I let her know. Hell yeah, I'm down to join. What the fuck do you mean, boss? I'm in the process of like recording some stuff for the podcast right now though, so I'm gonna have to go back and edit this part out, just so you know. So with that, back to my story before I rudely interrupted myself. We went to a crystal store. Oh no, you good. We went to a crystal store and we were looking at the crystals, and like she stood out to me. Like as she was talking about the crystals and stuff, I found myself getting, I wouldn't say turned on, but I was getting more and more interested. And I started feeling myself like being drawn towards her. And I was just like, oh snap. Now granted, this is my homeboy's wife. So with me, I was just like, dang. So a whole lot of things went through my mind. I was like, yo, like, what if me and her like hit it off and then it doesn't work out? Like, is that gonna mess up me and his friendship as well? So I mean, a lot of things were going through my mind. I'm still gonna be here in an hour. A lot of things, I'm probably gonna be high as fuck though, I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of things were going through my mind, wondering like, okay, well, if we don't work out, is me and her husband's friendship gonna be ruined? Like, and I'm like, I know I'm a genuinely cool guy. and he's a cool dude. She's real cool. I love hard. She loves hard. I was like, so I couldn't really see anything bad going on. But fast forward, and we end up talking about what we as couples wanted and stuff. I told her about how me and my girlfriend came to the conclusion. It was like, you know what, we would love to have another couple. And it's not even so much of like a sexual thing, but just having like another couple to where it's like, I got your back, you got mine type deal, where we work out, we can watch each other's kids, help with the kids, all that stuff. And I mean, ultimately end up bringing households together. And she was telling me like that's what they wanted, and I was like, yo, that's what's up, because that's like what we was, that's like that's what we looking for. I was like, in time, of course, like not rushing nothing, you know. And so with that, I was like, yo, even our lives align, you know. So it was interesting, and I'm gonna end up bringing that up to her husband at some point as well, because I'm like, it seems like we have quite a few things in common and things that we're looking for. And I already told my girlfriend, and she was like, yeah. She was like, my girlfriend was like, yeah, not even like on a sexual level. Like, she's cool with chilling with the dude, I'm gonna call her Izzy, chilling with Izzy's husband, and just like chilling, playing games or whatever. It doesn't even need to be like they like each other type shit, you know? And me and Izzy can be over there doing our own little thing, you know? So I mean, I was like, yo, that's what's up. So I mean, that's real nice. I see things starting to fall into a line. And it makes me feel really good, honestly, because for the longest time, for a lot of things that I was going through, oh, look at that, I'm starting to get into the groove now. I'm like, when a lot of things was going on in the past couple of years, when I was actively dating, actively looking and shit, everything was going wrong. I was running across a lot of people who were not made for me, who probably I never should have let into my fucking life. A lot of people who were so damn hurt from previous relationships, that they kept constantly making bad decisions, and then when they find something, oh shit, I'm about to die. I'm like, when they find something good, they end up running from it, and therefore missing out on a lot of good things, and then coming back later on and apologizing to me because they now realize that they fucked up and all this other stuff, and I'm like, oh well, whoop-de-whoop, so be it. But my biggest issue on the matter of all the past relationships that I had or tried to have, I've always learned something from it. And the good thing is I govern myself based off of the things that I did learn. So it was never like I just left empty-handed. I always left with something. Granted, my feelings and all that shit may have been hurt. I'm wondering why some things are happening. I'm feeling real bad, like I keep fucking up. There's something wrong with me and everything. But I realized that the right people tend to gravitate towards me, and I often overlook it. And I kept running to things that were bad for me. And as I'm running to things that are bad for me, the things that are good for me are right in front of my face, but I keep overlooking it, therefore causing those good things to eventually move away or end up fading out of my life. And I'm realizing it now that I'm living more in the present than dealing with wondering if what can happen in the future. Because I mean, there's a saying where it's like, a person who's stuck in the past is living in depression. A person living in the future is living with anxiety. A person in the present is in peace. So I was just like, you know what? I need to learn how to get the fuck into the present. And I've been working on that for the last couple of years, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, when I was in the Marine Corps, I was so far into the future trying to figure things out that I was clearly missed the present, and I never really looked back into the past. But then as I was getting closer to getting out the Marine Corps, a lot of shit happened to where I was stuck in the past. My depression was so fucking bad. I mean, it was ridiculous. But anyway, I digress. Going back to my little friendship date tonight. It was it was amazing because I mean, it was interesting in the fact that I was about to go buy my crystals and shit, and then she paid. Now, anybody who knows me knows that I can handle my own shit. I'll pay for my own shit. And usually, like, if I invited you somewhere, then I got you as well because I invited you out. Now, with it, I told her, I was like, no, I got it, I'll pay. She's like, oh, no, I got it. And I was like, I got it. She's like, no, I got it. And I was just like, boom, I just backed down. Because even with my girlfriend, like, she can tell you, we used to fight about who was going to pay because she be trying to pay and I'm like, no, I got it. And I mean, it would get to the point where it's like, I would end up having to like sneak up and go tell the waitress and like end up paying like that, or either she'll sneak off. Like it was ridiculous. We would argue and fight about the dumbest things, which everybody else is like, oh, that's so cute. But we literally be sitting here like, nah. But it's interesting. So she ended up paying, and I'm the type of person where it's like, I can get it and everything. And even when I was married in past relationships, I always was the one, I've always been a provider. I was always pretty much paying for stuff. But it's also nice to know from time to time, as a lady, if you just sit there and you're just like, oh, I can get this one, or do you want me to get it, or do you want to have it? Most likely, me personally, I would damn near always say no. I'd be like, I got it. But it's just the thought that you even offer is what really makes me happy. And I'm sure would make a lot of other men happy as well, because I feel like there's so many women out there these days who will, a check comes, they'll sit back and be on their phone or some shit just waiting and expecting the man to pick it up. I mean, I understand we are men and we usually are providers and stuff, but there's so many women out here that take advantage of that shit to where me personally, I really don't even like going on dates anymore, just because of the fact that you have women out here who will literally not even be interested in the guy, but go on a date with him just to have him pay, buy her a free fucking meal and shit. I know of one girl, we don't talk anymore. She literally told me that she sets up dates every single night so that way she gets free dinner every night, so she doesn't pay for dinner. And I'm like, wow, even though she doesn't like the guy, she sees it as free food. I'm like, dang, like you literally have predators out there, female predators out there doing this type of shit. And it's very discouraging and very sad because you have so many men out here who are actually trying to find someone or actually really wanting to get in a relationship, but you have so many women out here who just want to use men because they think all men want to use them. So they don't that whole Medea aspect where it's like, I'm not going to get got because I'm going to get him before he get me type shit. And you're not even giving people chances, and then next thing you know, you have all these guys who are just like, you know what, all these girls just want to fuck or whatever, and da-da-da, so then they start turning into little horn dogs and shit. There's a lot of women out here turning good men into dogs, or either just taking good men and making them lose their faith in dating these days. It's sad to say, like, we need to find a way to clean this up, to fix this stuff, because what's going to end up happening is eventually the world's going to shift, and men are going to go back to being the ones who just want to fuck, party, and everything, and women are going to be looking for love. And men are going to be having it in their minds that women don't want to do nothing but just use guys or fuck and all this stuff. But at that time, it's like the world will have changed, the generations will have changed to where now it's like you have the new generation of women coming up actually looking for love and being hopeful and wishful that guys ain't gonna be slobs and all this shit, while the guys have been done wrong so fucking long that their parents are telling them, their dads are telling them, like, yo, bitches ain't shit. They keep your eyes open. Once they get a chance, they're gonna try and use you and whoop-de-woo. So therefore, men and boys are gonna end up growing up, just end up using women, and then the cycle's gonna end up changing to where the mothers are gonna be telling their daughters, like, yo, men just wanna fuck and whoop-de-woo, and it's gonna end up reversing again. And we're never really gonna have peace. We need to find a way to come together and be like, look, there's love in the world. Everybody is not bad for you. Now, granted, I understand it's very hard to go into a new relationship and not hold things from a previous relationship, even if there is a slight trigger. that reminds you of this. And I know, like, Drake has that one song where it's like, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice. There ain't no fool me twice, that I should know better. And I mean, it's almost like the same thing. Okay. So the topic is questioning your feelings.
Okay. Yeah, I do that all the time.
You do that all the time?
Yes.
Seriously?
Because I'm not sure a lot of times.
So you're not sure of a lot of things?
Yes.
So you're not sure if you love me?
What? No, I'm sure.
You said you do it all the time.
You always do this to me. It doesn't matter what I say.
There's a lot of things I want to do to you, but this is not something I always do to you. I mean, they say you are what you eat, so come here.
Anyways.
I'd love for you to be a dick. Gobble it down. God damn it. Make the little dingly thing in the back of your throat.
So quick.
All right, anyway. But yeah, question your feelings. Because I mean, like, for me, you know, for a while, like, due to a lot of failed attempts at dating in the past, like, epic fucking failures. I'm not even going to go down the... At some point in this podcast, I'm going to go down the list.
That's extreme.
I'm not putting names.
I know, but still, like...
But I'm going to go down the list of my failed attempts and at dating, at friendship.
Yeah.
Can't forget the one guy who damn near seemed like I was in a relationship.
Yeah,
that was interesting.
Weird.
I mean, he's a cool ass dude. It's just... Anyway,
your girlfriend. That was your girlfriend. That was your definitely. He had high tendencies.
Small Kanye. Small Kanye. But I mean, for me, it's just like, and this is a question I've been thinking about a lot lately, and it's been on my mind for months. Honestly, I was like, you know what? Nobody ever teaches you what feelings feel like.
It's supposed to be your parents. Your parents are supposed to teach you when you start feeling and when you have those reactions.
How?
That's why when Zachariah goes and he doesn't know what that is, he's just and I have to tell him, I see that you're frustrated, or I see that you're angry, because he's feeling these feelings. He doesn't know what they're called, and he doesn't know.
Those feelings or emotions?
What's the difference?
So, is attraction a feeling or an emotion?
Attraction is a feeling that leads to emotion.
But what is the emotion?
The emotion that's attached to attraction.
Mm-hmm.
It could be love. It could be lust.
Okay, cool. So attraction is the feeling.
Okay, attraction is the feeling.
So you answered the question about what are feelings?
Yeah.
There you go.
Difference? Like, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I decided to answer I answered your question with a question, so you can figure out, so you can see the answer. I mean, it's the same thing psychologists do. Like, are you serious? Remember, my mom is a psychologist. I grew up reading her books. Like, I'm going to allow you to do this cognitive behavioral theory to get to the root of it and figure it out your damn self.
I want to answer.
Okay, yeah, you can get an answer. You figured your answer out your damn self. So why do I got to do it?
I'm gonna say that every time you ask me for something now.
No, because the things that I ask you were like, babe, can you get a vibe for her? What do you think about her? And you're gonna be like, figure it out your damn self. I'm like, yeah, the last fucking 50 times I've done that shit, what happens? You come to me afterwards and be like, I knew that was gonna happen. I didn't like her in the beginning.
Well, I don't like a lot of people in the beginning.
That's true. You don't like a lot of people, period.
I don't.
And you know what's funny? The same way that you don't give people a chance, they don't give you a chance, because they see you and they're like, damn, I'm just saying, karma's a bitch.
It is what it is.
All right.
My feelings ain't hurt.
Is it a feeling or an emotion?
None of them is hurt. My feelings none of my emotions is hurt.
You know you so wang for that. Just in case Ray is listening, she's wang for that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
You're such a wang.
You don't even know.
No, I
don't
know.
Used it wrong.
I don't know. You didn't even tell me the backstory. You guys just started shooting off Wang in the group chat. Like,
it's actually Wong.
Whatever.
But anyway, yeah, it's Wong.
Anyways,
I'll tell you about that later on. Yeah, put a pin
trying
in
to drop
that.
me in the middle
Can I put a dick
of
in
group
you?
jokes. And I don't know what the hell is going on.
That went over her head. She's going to listen to this later on and be like, are you serious?
So I'm going to just be sitting there looking like I got a dick on my forehead, because I was just like, I don't know what the hell is happening.
I mean, I can rest it on your forehead, so that can happen.
Anyways, back to the topic.
Yes, please. God, you are so random. Why did you draw us off so far? So with it, the question that's been on my mind for a couple months is, what if the feeling of attraction really isn't attraction, but it's our body telling us to stay away from that person?
Like a warning sign?
Yeah. Because,
there's got to be a distinct difference between a warning sign and attraction.
I mean, because, like, think of it like this. I've been what I thought was attracted to a lot of motherfuckers, which every single one of them, I got the ending was the same. To where I thought I had a big attraction to them, like I felt like I was being drawn to them, when really I'm pretty sure I was misreading that. Because think about me and your relationship. From the beginning, I didn't even feel like I had an attraction to you. I didn't feel anything, but yet I really enjoyed. I didn't think you were trash. I was just like, I can't see myself with you.
Recyclable goods.
I wouldn't say you were recyclable. Oh shit, I didn't recycle you. So I guess you were refurbished. Yeah, you started it. But nah, I was like, for example, like with me and you, it's been like 3 years official and 2 years just fucking. I'm never gonna leave that down. And when we first started off, it was just like a get the feel for the person inside and out. See what I did there?
Yeah.
And then it turned into like, oh, okay, you're pretty cool. I can see us being friends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then we became fuck buddies. Well, we were first we were fuck buddies, then we became friends. And then I started actually liking you. Your dumb ass didn't realize, and you always said that we were just fucking for like 2 years straight. So I was like, okay, I'm just dick to you.
Still mess with crazy people. So
that's because it didn't seem like you showed any type of. Look. You literally would come over to my house, smash it, and leave. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I'm about to go get me some food. And then one day you smashed, and I was like, I'm about to go eat. And you were like, I like food. And then next thing you know, it started turning into a whole we smash, we eat, or either we eat and then we smash.
Watch anime.
Exactly. And then it ended up turning into a, hey, what you doing tonight? We smash, we go out, we come back, we smash and eat and go to sleep. And I wake up and you still be there. And I was like, oh my God, she's here. Like, and then it turned into a, holy shit, did this really just happen? And then it turned into a mutual, I can fuck with this person.
Yeah. And
then it turned into a, hey, since I'm just dick to you, I'm gonna pursue this other girl, but I like you. Oh, really? I'm still gonna fuck with her though, because you took so goddamn long. But all in all, what I'm saying on that was, I never had that feeling of attraction to you.
Mm-hmm.
But yet you're like the best thing that has happened in my life.
Why. It was just super organic.
Did you hear me?
Yes.
I said you were the best thing that has happened in my life.
Oh, look at you being cute on a recording. Hey, it's on a recording. You can't take it back now.
I better get some. But nah, like, big facts though. Like, true talk, no lie. It was, because even now, like, for example, I'm not even gonna drop that one just yet.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'm not gonna say a name. But what I'm saying is, back then, like, a lot of girls who I was attracted to turned out to be ain't shit. They really were not even honestly on my level, mentally, physically, or spiritually. And I'm not trying to hold myself on a, like, put myself on a pedestal, but looking back on it, it's like, damn, a lot of these girls were doing nothing but bringing a knife and fork to the table.
You was really scraping the bottom of the boat.
I was a fucking flounder. Fuck that. I was a catfish. I was eating from the bottom of the lake. Like, big facts. I was a bottom feeder. I was being a bottom feeder like a motherfucker.
Picking the grass through the sand.
Big facts. Like, it was ridiculous. And it's crazy because, like, I feel like you knew I needed and deserved more, but it was almost like,
people can tell you that all the time and it's cliche, but until you can get that for yourself, for you to understand that for yourself, or get to that lesson on your own, because people can tell you that all the time. You deserve better, you deserve better, you deserve better, and you're gonna look at them and be like, okay, yeah, right, all right, whatever you say, that's hella cliche. I'm just gonna,
but I mean, you think about it, I'm sure there was people telling you deserve better, like when it came to me.
Yeah.
And then you look back on and you're like, ha bitches, y'all gone through like 16 different relationships. I'm still with the same motherfucker. Ha! You deserve better, bitch.
No, it's just we honestly, it was because we both had some growing to do, and it wouldn't.
I had a lot of healing to do,
and it wouldn't have worked out any other way. I don't think.
I'm just glad that you stuck. I'm just glad that you stuck around. Because if you didn't, then I'm like, shit.
You would have crack babies. Sorry, excuse me.
What?
What?
Said I'd have crust babies?
Crack babies. You'd have crack babies.
No, I don't even think they'd be mine.
Oh, no.
That was cool.
Oh, no.
Anybody who knows us knows the story. And in time, you might end up learning the story, but I'm not going to use real names.
Ouch. My soul hurt a little bit there. That was not even about me. That was intense. Oh my God.
Damn, bro.
You went there.
I did. And I don't give a fuck about going there, to be honest with you. Because all the shit that person child, insecure individual put me through. All because honestly, I wanted to lava her.
No, honestly, like, I was gonna seriously ghost you after she messaged me, after she called me on my phone.
For real?
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't.
Because I was like,
but the thing that got me was she went and grabbed my watch and was going through it.
And we wasn't even talking on purpose at the time like that, for real, because I valued our friendship, but I also, because I valued our friendship, didn't want your relationship to explode.
And that's the thing, though. It wasn't even a relationship either. I mean, like, exactly. I'm like, just like how that dude in that little post that video you were watching, where he's like, look, I don't even want to be in a relationship. I just want someone to spend time with me. We go out and do things and we smash, and I'm the only one you're smashing.
Yeah.
And that's literally the same shit that that's the same shit that she was on, where it was like, okay. And there was times where I would ask her and be like, so are we in a relationship? She's like, no, I don't want to put titles on it. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But yet, so I'm like, okay, we're not in a relationship. She's like, no. I'm like, all right, cool. But then if I have another girl over the house and she's freaking the fuck out, I'm like, yo, we're not together. Like, why are you mad?
You literally said, I asked you on purpose.
Yes.
Like, that's why I asked the question. Exactly. Not to be like rude or anything, but to know where the boundaries are.
Exactly. Like, can I know? But anyway, back to the topic of this. When you're questioning your feelings. Mm-hmm. Have you ever had times where you questioned your feelings about a person?
Yes.
Now, let's even go deeper with this. Questions your emotions.
Question my own sanity, because it was like
you're just fucking insane. I know this. Everybody else probably thinks you're just, adorable, she's so small. Oh, she has a resting bitch face. And I'm just like, yo, I'm telling you, this girl can jump 2 times her height. Like,
shut up.
But am I lying?
I'm putting my business out there.
I ain't putting your business out there.
Anyways,
this girl can fly. She's just like, to infinity and beyond. I can tell that story. I'll tell that story later. We'll tell that story later.
Get on my nerves.
Oh, that's okay. You love me though. You do love me, don't you?
Why you gotta get serious?
What? Yeah, I didn't get serious. I was asking a question. But nah, like, what is the time that you were questioning your feelings on if the feelings were actually feelings that you thought you were feeling? That just got confusing as shit.
Yeah, that was a lot of feelings.
But you know what I'm saying.
That was a lot of feelings.
You know what I'm saying. Yeah. That was a lot of feelings. You know I got a lot of feelings for you, babe.
Wait till you get your little switch thing. We can add on the little sounds. You hit a little.
Oh my gosh!
Like the audience in the background.
Oh gosh, you're stupid.
Anyways, that was totally random.
You're random.
I am. Mm-hmm. I can't help myself.
Answer the fucking question.
I'm getting to it.
All right, I'm gonna rub your booty while we do that.
My feelings or emotions for somebody. I would have to say, seriously,
answer the question.
Stop playing with me.
Why I gotta stop playing with you? You feel so good though.
Trying to think of a good one.
I know a good one.
Oh, here's one that you already know. That guy that I dated in college.
Oh, the one that's cool?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I did a lot of questioning of myself, and
the one that I did damn near the same thing to you.
Yeah. I did a whole lot of questioning, and that's why I reacted the way that I did when you started doing it, because I had already gone through that process and I knew who I was at that point, and I wasn't going to change that. So it was like, I felt sorry. Honestly, as upset as I was, I felt sorry for the other women, because they felt like they had to come out of themselves or act a certain way towards me because of the situation, instead of just being an adult about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of being like, this is what the situation is.
Oh, for those who don't know, we're polyamorous.
It's like you can, first of all, don't pretend like you didn't agree to this from jump because you knew what it was. Second, if there's a problem, just say that. There's no need to do all this extra sneaky stuff or be
popping up where we are and being like, oh yeah, I saw you were here from your Snapchat. I was
or doing whatever and talking to your friends and making shit muddy. Like, it's not.
Oh, that situation. Yeah, she almost got killed.
It's not necessary for you to feel like you have to do that, and for you to even feel like you have to do that to somebody and embarrass them in front of a large group of people. It just shows how immature and sad that you are. And it was like now that I've gotten to the point where it's like, that's just extremely sad. Like, I feel really sorry for them, honestly, because to have to put that much energy into embarrassing somebody else because they hurt your feelings is a hot mess. So I did a lot of questioning of myself, because I did have to, even though I'm younger than everybody else that you've talked to.
Yeah, you are. Honestly, you are.
Mentally, I feel like an old person.
Mentally, you are. That's why we get along.
So I was just like,
my body's old and it creeps up around the same mental age as your mind.
I was like, that is some of the most immature, misguided behavior I had ever seen in my life. That's some of that stuff you only see in sitcom TV shows, like that kind of ignorance. And I was like, that's just so. It made me feel sad for her, because it's like, nobody taught you how to regulate your emotions. Nobody taught you. No, first, it's okay to feel that way. Yeah,
okay.
It's okay for her.
Are you talking about you, or are you talking about a specific someone that from us?
Well, I'm talking
because I'm like
both of us. Because I was sad in the beginning too. I felt sorry for myself.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, but the pussy was good. I didn't feel any pity at all. I mean, besides a few times that you like faked the orgasm, but whatever.
It is what it is.
Yeah. I'm like, the pussy didn't clench up. You didn't get extra wet. Nothing. I was like, this is a lie.
Why are we doing this right now? We're supposed to be having a serious conversation.
We are having I am having a serious conversation. You lied to me in the beginning. That's a serious. I'm joking. Okay, I'm not joking. That like dead ass, but no. I was just trying to figure out, because I was thinking of some people in my head of when the story you were talking about. I was like,
honestly, it's like I could. In the beginning, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know. This is not how I was raised. This is me throwing away everything that I had ever been taught, ever in my life.
But you did it once before. Actually, that was more of an open relationship.
It was an open relationship.
Yeah.
So it was kind of different.
Yeah,
but
it is.
I was like, I don't know if I can continue doing this. Having an open relationship is one thing, but what you were asking for in the beginning, you've kind of changed your outlook on what you wanted.
Because we came to a compromise.
Yeah, but at the same time, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. This is against everything. Literally, this is literally me throwing away everything that I had been taught my whole life for 20 years. And it is like, at first I was upset with you because you didn't give me the chance to grieve losing everything that I had learned for 20 years. You expected me to just be like, okay, hey, it's okay now. And that's unlearning 20 years of your life. Doesn't just happen just because. And it made me question everything. I was like, most of it made sense. Most of it was like, okay, logically, scientifically, whatever this case may be, I can understand that. That's understandable. I can.
Hold up, pause, Swerve. Did she really just go, if my calculations are correct?
Shut up. I was like, culturally, it makes sense. Like,
yeah.
I was like, okay, all right. But saying that it makes sense and making your feelings align So what makes sense?
No, I'm sorry, babe. What just popped in my head was, if you want to be my lover, then you got to get with my friends.
I hate you so much sometimes. Over here trying to be extra serious and answer your question. Are you over here cracking jokes?
I'm not trying to, but I'm sorry. That part from Spice Girls worked out perfectly. Continue.
Or is it just getting emotional and you feel like you have to crack?
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Okay. You know, when things get real serious, I gotta lighten up. Yeah, I gotta lighten the mood a little bit. I apologize. I'm just gonna keep rubbing your booty.
Because literally, if you think about it, any American woman is taught to think of a couple of days in your life, and that's just it.
A couple of days in your life.
Literally, they tell you to focus on from the day that you can get up. It's like, and walk around. It's like, oh, you gotta be cute and you gotta do all this, and being smart is not really that important if you're cute. So you gotta be cute. That's first. You gotta be cute. You have to be adorable. You have to be dainty. You have to float. You have to be proper and all this extra stuff.
The fuck fairy tale? Where did you grow up? Never mind. I know.
Okay. Do we have to go through this again? Really?
No, I know.
And
they can learn later.
Or you're a young lady. You speak when you're spoken to. You're seen. You're really pretty. You do this. You do that. And marry somebody of high stature. Elevate him by being a trophy. Like literally. That's why I reject everything. All of that. I literally.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, that's everything I don't want for the most part. I'm like, I don't want a girl that's dumb as a rock but cute as shit. Which somehow I kept attracting that.
Because you were. Anyways, we're gonna.
Nah, because I was what?
Well, I'm still talking about. Okay,
yeah, yeah. Go. Teach me about myself.
And I was
later.
Like, to be conditioned to be that way and to be monogamous, like strongly monogamous, like all of my family. Especially my older generations, because I was raised mostly by my grandparents and my great-grandparents who were married until the day one of them died. Literally, since 17, they had been married.
See, that's the thing I like about like back in the day. People would like make shit work. It wasn't like, oh, it's broken, let's get a new one.
Yeah, and they had several kids. He was in the army. They traveled. You know, they did their thing, came back, owned 2 houses, you know, they did their thing. Mm-hmm. And I think in that way I was fortunate, which is why I held on to monogamy so hard, because I seen it work, and I've seen them do the work, and I've seen them stick together and cuss each other out and be like, I still love you, but fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I've seen it work, and I know that it's not dead, and that's why I was holding on to it so hard. So...
Yeah, come on. Yeah. I can't do that. That's part of the other podcast.
Yeah, don't do
that. Yeah, last thing I need is... I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, don't say that either. But I think that's why I held on to it so hard. And in the beginning, I didn't think that you understood that that's where I came from. And that's what I saw. Even with my godparents are still married. Like, they were married to other people previously. So it's proof that it doesn't always work out the first time, but they blended their families and have been together ever since. And he's turning 63.
Okay.
63 in August. So I'm just like,
I'm still low-key upset with him.
Yeah, it's okay, because it's fine.
Like, I know him as a human being, he's good, he's decent, but just that one time I was just like, bruh.
He has a hard time separating his daddy duties with his preacher duties. It's all blurred together.
I noticed.
But yeah, and because I was raised that way, I wasn't given I felt like in the beginning I wasn't given enough time to bury that part of my life and be like, okay, certain things aren't gonna happen. Okay, I have buried one part for sure, that I knew I wasn't getting married, because it wasn't, nobody in my generation really wants to be married anymore. So it's just like, that part's already out the window. Like, that part, I got rid of that part.
I'm never getting married again. So
I got
when you said you weren't getting married, I was like, okay.
Yeah, I got rid of that in high school. It's like, there's no way. It's just not happening, because it's just not. And then I see all these people that left our high school and got married right out of high school. They're not together anymore. They got several kids, and it's stressful, and it's all this extra stuff. I'm like, I'm just gonna opt out of that. If we're gonna be together, then we're gonna be together. And people are like, well, then you won't have any legal ties. I was like, if I want to leave, or if he wants to leave, it's not about legal ties. It's not. I don't want to take anything from him because our relationship didn't work. You know what I mean? Like,
I want to kiss you so much right now.
It doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
can I kiss you?
If you want to.
Fucking weirdo. You are so weird.
It's like, I understand, like,
over there looking like a huma huma nuku nuku wapa.
End all the time. Like,
they do.
For whatever the reason is. And it's okay that you can be hurt about it. You can be angry. You can be whatever you want, but to feel like you like, I gotta get him. That's that kind of stuff.
Get him.
Anyways.
That wasn't her hands, by the way.
Like, payback. Like, I don't
payback?
think that's...
You don't think that's...
I'm gonna trigger people because
go ahead, man. I don't honestly know, like, this right here, this podcast, for anybody who does not know, you're gonna learn now. This is some real, true, raw shit, to where we're speaking truth from our experiences, to where other people possibly can relate and learn from it.
Yeah, I don't feel like taking because you're angry is the way to do it. For me, it's like, if you really want to make him mad, just go upgrade and glow up. Like, that's literally how I feel about it. Like,
upgrade and glow up.
Yeah. Like, if you really want to make somebody mad.
Sorry, I just thought about that time where we were watching that African movie, and remember, she fucked his friend, and you were like, yeah, if I wanted to piss you off, I would. I was like, yo, for real, like real. Yeah, we're not. We're not, because I don't want to have to explain to your mom why you're no longer living.
Anyway.
Love you. Fucking bitch. I'm joking.
But like, no, I don't feel like. You might feel like you need to be compensated for your time in the relationship, but if you think about it, the reason you broke up or whatever happened, it was like, it's a lesson. Like, just take it as a lesson. Don't do that shit again. Like,
everyone who enters your life is a lesson or a blessing.
I was like,
I had a lot of fucking lessons.
I was like, take what you learned from that and just move on. Like, is it really that serious?
Okay.
Now, if you were really mature about it, you could, like, literally just be like, look, it ain't work. Yeah, I'm hurt. Give me some time to cool off, and we just work all the extra details out later. Because I do understand where people are like, well, marriage is a business, and you get half of the business that you created together.
What?
It is.
They say that doesn't sound good at all.
The marriage is a business.
But I'm sorry. I'm just saying, because like, when it comes to businesses, within the first 5 years, you have a high chance of it being destroyed, and after that.
After how many years?
I don't know. I'm coming from the Marine Corps. Most marriages don't last the first 2 years.
Okay.
So I made it my goal to last 4, just not to be another statistic. In all honesty, I was done with that shit within the first year and a half. I'm not going to lie. But I was like, you know what? I was like, I think I can. And I was like, nah, I'm not.
And I think the problem is that people don't want to commit anymore.
They don't, but they want to.
They want to commit temporarily.
Yeah.
They want to commit when they want to commit, and they want to be done when they want to be done.
And it's not. I feel like, to add on to that, I feel like so many people. The hardest thing is they don't love themselves, and they're trying to find love in another person to make themselves feel loved. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So therefore,
they're trying to replace their self-love with outward love. And
yes. So it's almost like a codependency. They're depending on making the other person happy to make themselves happy. But then if the other person's not happy, now they feel like they're failing altogether.
That's way too much responsibility to put on your significant other.
It's probably why the suicide rate's so goddamn high.
If you think about it, you're putting all the responsibility for your happiness and your success into another person.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being self-reliant and getting that from yourself.
Exactly.
And that's putting way too much responsibility on your spouse.
Yes.
Because if that's...
Yes. Fuck yes.
Because honestly, it's like, why would you... That's like going to the store and purposely buying something that's 3 times more expensive at one store.
Just to say you have it?
Just to say you have it. When really you don't need it. It serves no real purpose.
Hold up, swear. So are you talking to me directly right now?
No.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, look, I needed the projectors.
It only took them like 5 months to get there.
What? No, I think the biggest thing was just trying to find the actual mounts, the ceiling mounts to hold the projectors.
But it's like, it's doing a lot. And I don't know. I'm just a really simple person, so I guess I don't really get.
Okay, so you mean tell me next time if you ask me if you're a simple person, I say yes, you're not going to get mad at me? Because I will reference this podcast. I'm like, you said you were simple. I thought it was okay for me to say it, okay?
No, I know I'm a simple person. It doesn't take a lot to make me happy.
That's a lie. You gotta hit the right spots.
Why do you always... What's with you in these sexual jokes right now?
Because I'm horny as fuck, and I know I'm about to get some after this.
I'm going to sleep. Good night, y'all.
All right, then. Well, should I leave it on while we do the dirty or what? No. I'm joking. But no, so, remember how I had... I don't even know if I should call it a date. A date/friends...
An outing.
Outing, yeah. Outing. I had an outing. So I had already talked about it a little bit before going into this pillow talk version. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so with it, because she had asked me, we were having like a discussion, like a little conversation. So first we get into the crystal shop and everything. Mm-hmm. And she's like telling me more about the crystals and how they'll pick you. And I made a little Harry Potter joke where I was like, the crystals will pick you, you don't pick them. It's kind of like the wand will pick you, you don't pick the wand type shit. Mm-hmm. Then you crossed my mind and I giggled a little bit. But with it, like after we left the crystal shop, we were sitting in the car and we're supposed to be going home, but I ended up showing her the messages from me and you talking about her and how, and then she was like, oh, okay. She was like, oh, is that about me? I was like, yeah. I was like, I tell Anaya, I was like, I tell Too Cute everything. And she was like, oh, I tell Bay everything too. And with that, we had the discussion about when me and you first were suspicious about them being in the lifestyle, and then like going forward, and then the day that I asked her if they were in the lifestyle, and then that's when her husband was like, he likes you. And it's funny because like I didn't like her like that, and
you were just asking it based off your curiosity.
Yeah, because I didn't
figure it out.
It was gonna aggravate the fuck out of me, and I was like, I don't need y'all in my
You can't have anything be a question mark because you'd be like, look, I gotta go.
I overthink like a motherfucker, and then I'll have all these different answers in my head, but I don't know exactly which answer is true because I never got it out the horse's mouth.
Right.
Or then again, I take that back out of you goat mouth mammoth motherfuckers, because majority of people out here are crazy. But yeah, so with that, we're in the car, we're talking and everything, and then she's like, I think I really like you. And I was just like, aw. And then she's like, do you like me? I was like, in all honesty, I don't know what the fuck I feel anymore. I was like, because in the past, when I thought I was attracted to some women, it always turned out to be a very toxic environment. I was like, there's been some women where it's been effortless, and I end up overlooking them because I thought that I didn't feel anything. When really, what if I was really actually attracted to them by that feeling of my body being completely at peace? To where it's like I like being around the individual because it feels like everything is released off of me. And I told her, I was like, for example, when I'm with Too Cute, like I don't feel anything. Like it's peaceful, it's harmonious. I feel like I'm in serenity. I was like, and that's not the feeling that I would associate with attraction. I took that as in like, this is a dope ass person, she's fun to chill with. But really, I'm like, what if that feeling of serenity is actually the real feeling of attraction? Your body telling you like, hey, this is the person you need to be with. This is the person you need to talk to. You know?
Yeah, you done, because I had some points on that.
Go ahead.
I think it's a problem with society has conditioned men to be attracted to, well, not even society. Like, men are genetically predisposed to look for pretty women, right?
And how did I get with you?
I have no fucking idea.
In the beginning, you were a caterpillar. And look at you now, Mrs. Butterfly.
You gonna stop ragging on me?
I'm not ragging on you. I didn't say you were a moth. I said you was a butterfly.
Anyways, like I was saying, you guys are predisposed to look at pretty things. And when you see something that's pretty, you automatically go, ooh, she's pretty. I have to have her.
No.
No, it's one of those things.
Our little head says that.
Yeah, but when the little head is thinking, does the big head ever really think?
No.
Okay, then. So it doesn't.
So like
count.
I said, the little head is the one going, ooh, I should have that. The big head's just like holding it up.
Yeah. So it's hard for me to explain this.
Okay.
I don't think I'm explaining this correctly.
Well, try harder.
Because I had it while you were talking, but I really didn't want to interrupt you.
No, you should have. You should have.
It's one of those things that you said is one of your pet peeves. You don't like it when I interrupt you, so I'm trying to hold my peace.
But I mean, we're doing a podcast right now. I can go back and say what it was. Right now, this is the time where you can interrupt me if you have something valuable to bring to the fucking table. If you don't, shut the fuck up.
First of all, who are you talking to?
You sexy caramel gorgeous beast. You can't wait to kiss you. I swear to God, I'm about to make your face swell up with kisses, make your ass blush. You're gonna be smiling so damn hard, people gonna think you got a Botox.
We don't do that. Anyways,
oh, I wish you could see her face right now. But yes, what were you gonna say?
But just like how men aren't taught to process and feel their emotions, and I think that's part of the problem, because most men aren't taught to be vulnerable or to feel, or it's okay to have their feelings.
Yeah.
You guys don't know how to process or understand or even translate them into what they really are. Does that make sense? I think some of your wires,
I'm sure all the women out there would understand exactly what you're talking about.
It's like, in a way that you can understand.
I'm going to continue rubbing your booty.
Somebody who doesn't know what they're doing is crossing wires. The lights still turn on, but none of the light over here turns on when you turn on this switch instead of this one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that just means you need to change a couple wires around.
So you the lights turn on, everything is connected, but it's not connected to the
correctly.
It's not connected correctly.
It's not correct. It's not connected properly. There we go.
Yes. It's
so we're shooting on cylinders, but not the way it's supposed to be.
Everything works. It's just discombobulated.
Great. So in other words, men are difficult. Is pretty much what you're saying.
It's not that you're difficult, and it's not completely your fault. It's that nobody took the time to correct it. So that people could see it and they just brush it off as, oh, you're just being a man right now. Like when they do the boys will be boys, and they just stick that band-aid on it. That's so annoying. Boys will be boys, instead of correcting the problem.
How would you correct that problem?
You have to first realize it, which you have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember before it used to be like, oh, she's your type, and I'm like, what's my type? And you're like this, and this, and now you're like, I don't know what your type is.
You're pretty much like, if they're coming up like, hey, I like you, like, hey, you want to try? Like, pretty much that's where you're at right now.
No. Right now I'm at, okay, my body is not saying run away. let me see what you're about. But I'm not going to put all my energy into it. I'll give you as much energy as you are giving me.
That's a great
that's
there's nothing like pouring extra stuff into somebody who ain't trying to hold it.
Exactly. Because I mean, for example, like there's been a couple people who have talked to me, gave me their number, I hit them up, and then after like a week or whatever, because I'm not gonna be the one constantly always texting you first, calling you and all that shit. Like if you don't put any effort to do the same to me, like I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like I'm the only motherfucker who actually gives a fuck. So it's like, all right, cool, I hit you up, and then I'll leave it alone and be like, well, shit, if she wants to talk to me, she'll hit me up. I don't hear anything from you for like a week, 2 weeks. I'm like, all right, I know what it is.
Right.
And then you hit me up like a month later.
Like, hey, what you doing? Ignoring you?
I'm not ignoring you. I'm just like, I'm doing me. Oh, well, what are you doing this day? Let me check my calendar.
Minding my business.
Like,
I don't have time. It's like, I'm not just here for you to drop and pick up whenever you feel like
that. And I feel like that's the issue. Like a lot of, I can only speak on the women part because I don't really have a whole lot of guys I hang around with because they're fucking hoes. What? At least I'm honest. I'm sorry, a lot of guys these days, all they want to do is get their dick wet, and all they do is sit around and talk about pussy all the time. I'm like, look, can we like talk about stocks, NFTs, fucking anything? Like, I'm sorry, I want to make money. I got things that I want to, hell yeah, we could do conspiracies. I'm just like, I don't want to sit here and talk about how you finger popping people's assholes. Like, what the fuck, bruh? Like, I'm sorry. Like, okay, yeah, she's cool. Oh, you fucked her. Oh, you fucked her too? Okay, y'all Eskimo brothers. I don't give a fuck. You know? So, I mean, it just so happens I get along with more females. But then with it, it's like when it comes to girls, they're just like, a lot of them these days have this.
It's hurting people.
Yeah, but they're just the man needs. It's weird because like the women are like, the man needs to do everything, and if he doesn't hit me up, then okay, whatever. I already know that I got all these other guys that want to talk to me. So it's like,
why it's probably that way. It's because you have options. And if you choose to contact this person, it's because you're choosing to, and you're choosing her, and that's why it is that way. Because if you think about it, men are outnumbered 16-1 now.
Yeah.
Not counting all the men that are gay.
But check this out. Check this out. This is the issue, because women have so many options because guys just want to get their dick wet all the time. So women know, okay, cool, they got that Yanni.
We're the gatekeepers.
Yes. So they know. They're like, okay, cool, I'm always going to have someone coming after me. So if you don't want me, whatever, I got plenty of other options. But then the thing that sucks is that means that a guy will have no choice but to constantly do everything. So now he's damn near becoming her slave for her to just be like, you know what? I'm not feeling this no more. Let me go to the next one. So in my mind, though, I'm like, think about how many years a man has wasted just chasing women in general.
What makes you think that humans have to be different? It's all over the animal kingdom. Men fight for the affections of women. But
I'm saying, in the animal kingdom, I don't think they're like, oh, he's a simp. He hits me up every day.
No.
But I'm saying,
like, the point being,
my issue,
it's literally all over nature.
But all right, check it. I don't think you understand what I'm saying, though. I'm saying that literally, a man has to sit here and chase after a woman, and a woman. You're a fucking dude. Like, in all honesty, you're a fucking dude. You fucking are. Yes, you are. You're a dude. You think like a guy. You're like, literally, she would come up and be like, so are we smashing or not? It's like, yeah, this is in the beginning. Now I'm just like, okay, hey babe, you want to leave me alone? Okay, cool. Or roll over in the middle of the night, rub on her booty. She just like throws a kick, crosses her legs, and almost break my arm and roll over. It's just like, shit.
Damn near all night with the kids.
I'm like, yo, my dick is ashy. I'm so dry. What the fuck?
Chop the hell out of you for some sleep, okay?
Oh my goodness. It's like, babe, you want
to? Yup, right in your throat.
But nah, I'm just like,
tell you to stop choking so loud so I can go back to sleep.
Maybe if your nipples weren't so goddamn long. Ooh.
These nipples feed your kids, so I don't want to hear it.
Okay. I'm joking.
Y'all heard
your nipples are not long.
He like to gag on nipples.
Yeah, so if any of y'all got some little gumdrop nipples, bring them bitches here. I'll all up on them.
Anyways.
I want your nipples to hit the little dingly thing on the back of my mouth.
me choke you.
I can help you choke. But yeah, I'm just like, I feel like girls/women have so much power over men now that now it's like they almost are demasculating men just for fun, so it seems. Because remember, I knew a girl in the past. We don't talk, I don't really keep in touch with her no more at all, honestly. And she told me that she would have a date every night just for free food, and she would accept the date whether she liked the dude or whether she was interested in the dude or not, just because of the fact that she knew she'd have a free meal. I was like, wow. That was one of the things where I was like, nah, if I'm taking a girl out on a date and it's our first date, we're splitting this shit. You pay for your food, I pay for mine, because I'm not going to sit here and be constantly used because you know you can, you know? Mm-hmm. And I mean, so many girls out here take advantage of men and be using men like that these days. I mean, now it's like, and you can witness this from a lot of times I tried getting in relationships in the past. It's like they always usually just, for the most part, you're a dude, stop looking like that. It's like a lot of girls will literally sit here and just see guys as something physical. They're just like, okay, they'll just try and use him for either like his money or his status, or they'll use him to get whatever it is that they want, and they just discard it after that.
So what I'm sorry.
This is about to be fun. This is about to be fun. I see that look, that twinkle in your eye. What's up?
So what I'm
What's up?
What I'm hearing you say is,
mm-hmm.
after centuries of men.
Look, I have the right to complain right now, okay? We're not talking about in the Caesars fucking time. We're not going all the way back to Babylon. We're not going, no.
We can go decades. It doesn't matter. We don't even got to go centuries. So we're saying, and this
why does this girl have to be a fucking almanac?
This is a conversation that I've been witnessing, because I don't argue with people online. I don't do it. I don't. That's one of my pet peeves. I could be irked, but it's the internet. It's whatever.
What you about to say?
So after centuries of men using women for their bodies, being attracted to them because of their bodies, whatever the case may be. So as a man, you're upset. Let me finish. You're upset that a woman is using you for what you have to offer when you are also using her for what she has to offer.
I'm talking about me specifically right now. All these other dudes are,
I'm speaking in general, bigger
okay,
picture,
but I'm not talking.
Because it's not even just you that says that.
But I can only complain about my experiences.
You can't.
I'm talking about my experience. Didn't I earlier even say in this podcast? I was like, we're gonna talk about the raw from our experiences, whether you like it or not, to where it possibly can educate or help somebody else.
Can't be surprised.
I'm not talking about the masses. I'm talking about me. That's why I'm giving my personals.
That's why you're having that problem.
Because of the fucking masses.
It's because of the masses.
Yes. And you know what? I'm going to agree with you, because you are right. So many girls have told me after they fucking ghost me and shit, and they want to come back later on because they realize I was a genuine person. They told me, they were like, I thought you just really wanted something. Like, there's been plenty of girls who told me that they thought I was putting on a front just to try and get something from them. And I was just like, no, because I had plenty of opportunities of when I could have, and did I?
It wasn't always like that. It was very one-sided for a really long time. But, you know, the women's empowerment, Me Too stuff started happening. And they were like, look, if they finna use us, we finna use them too. It's a two-way street. They're not finna just keep taking, and it just be that. It's like they gonna take, and then we gonna take, and it's gonna be everybody's taking something from somebody.
Yeah, and then you have the genuine people who actually want something, and now they're just constantly getting used because so many other people, like you said earlier, hurt people. And it's just like, yo, I got an idea. Why don't y'all sit back and try and heal some? But hey, anywho, it was a good conversation. We're gonna have to pick this up again at some point.
Yeah,
because we got things we gotta do.
Yeah, we talk too much.
I mean, I'm sure somebody out there enjoys it though.
Nah, they're probably like, these niggas can't hold a single conversation. We got like 5 different conversations.
Hey, I mean, this right here is a pillow talk.
Honestly, it is just a pillow talk. We talk. We just sit here talking.
Yeah. So I mean, you'll have to catch us on some actual episodes.
Yeah.
Like,
we'll actually have like paper to stay on track, because Yeah, I need something tangible. I will float away.
I'm going to drop an episode probably at the end of the month. It's most likely going to be just me. And then when I'm going to be...
Most of them are probably going to be just him, just to be real.
Yeah. Because I'm like, all the pillow talks, that's going to be me and her. Because it's like the only time we really have together from all the shit that I do throughout the day. Whether I'm on live or I'm drinking or smoking or I'm at work or she's with the kids or we're cleaning. So at night when we come to wind down for like an hour and a half before the kids wake up screaming and throwing shit, then we'll sit here and
try to body slam each other in the
we'll sit here and have a conversation and just bond over some communication. Because I mean, in a relationship, you need to have some communication. You gotta be able to talk. You gotta find things that y'all enjoy doing together. You have to learn to enjoy each other's company. And I feel like, in all honesty, in a relationship, if y'all cannot sit down and talk and be goofy and have fun together, it's gonna be very hard for it to work. And I mean, with us, like, I do stupid shit to her all the time.
Relationship therapy session.
and you get to dive into our minds.
And y'all gonna hear me cry because I'm a big ass baby.
But yeah, if y'all see her, y'all gonna be like, she looks so mean all the time. Like, oh my God. I'm like, yo, she's the most sensitive motherfucker in the world.
I am.
However, she thinks like a fucking dude. Like, okay, I take that back. She'll act like a dude. Stereotypically wise.
Whatever, man.
Exactly. See, point proven. All right, but yeah, thank y'all for listening. I gotta drop something soon though by myself. Me, myself, and I.